everyone. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for opening your hearts to me and to listen. I'm told that a lot of you are today is new in the business. You are newborn babies, and you are waiting to achieve your aspirations and your dream. And I think this is the right platform for me to speak about rhythm and what it stands. Rhythm, raise yourself to help mankind. If you don't raise yourself, then there is no meaning to being able to raise anyone else around you, because you have to be a better version, a better person in you in order to help others. Now, this is a platform that you can touch lives. This is about people development. This is about going out there and helping another human being, because you can't build this business by yourself. And this is not about an individual's success, because your success depends on the people that you bring and the way you impact their lives and the way you empower them. It depends entirely on you. So this is a great platform for us to grow with the people that we bring, whether it's socially or emotionally. This is always going to raise who we are. Now, when we began 23 years ago, people come and ask us today, how did we make it? You are always going to face obstacles all the time, because this is not going to be a smooth ride. This is not going to be something that we can achieve overnight. And then you can say, okay, I have achieved everything. I don't have anything else to do. This is about your life, because this is about something that you do because you love doing it. Now, if it only means that you are going after just the financial freedom, we are never going to succeed, because you're always going to be unhappy about something or the other that we don't achieve in life. So it's about people. When you bring that one person into this business and you teach them how to do it right and how to make it work ethically. Because to do this truthfully and consciously is the way to make it. Because there is no fast solution, people. Nothing will happen and nothing will be succeeded in one day. Never happens. This is something you build like a building block, very carefully, very passionately, very lovingly. And the only way to do that is to bring people lovingly into that fold and doing whatever that you do right. Now, if you don't love what you do and you're starting, because a lot of you are new and you might, think it all sounds great. I mean, it's wonderful, but you're going to face obstacles in life. It's going to come, because in anything that we want to do, you are going to face the obstacles, and the only way succeeding is about overcoming and achieving. Because when we fall, that's a lesson learned for us to get up again and walk. and say, even this will pass. Because building anything in life has to be careful, and you have to build it with love and with compassion. And you always have to have empathy. Everywhere that I go and I talk to people today, more than ever, that I say, with the pandemic today and what people are going through every single day, losing their jobs, losing their loved ones, and facing difficulties out there in their working environment, you always have to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Because that's the only way we are going to understand the difficulty that they are going through. Because we cannot say that it does not matter what that person is going through, because as far as I'm okay, my family is okay, it's fine. No, people. Unfortunately, your life doesn't work like that. The only way that you will feel happy and you will feel fulfilled is when you understand another and what they are going through, and to reach out and give a helping hand, talk to them, and be there for people. Because that's what we have been taught from young. I mean, this has been in us. We as human beings have always had the empathy, but as we grew, as we became adults, somewhere along the way, it started clouding us. Our aspirations became distorted because we thought this is what we wanted, and therefore, okay, we don't need people. We can just let people go. I can win this battle. I can be alone, and this is me, and I can do it. And that's the path we tend to take. I mean, I have seen in this pandemic that people are trying to take advantage of the vulnerable instead of being there and helping. Let's not do that. Because I'm here to tell you, is to be truthful, is to have compassion, to have love, to have care for another human being. Because this is the only way your life is going to be enriched in every single way. And the families that we have now, everyone here who's come into the business, and if you have a life partner, it's the best thing ever is the business, to do it together as a couple. Now, this is my personal experience, that my journey with Datin that I'm sharing with you is to do this together. It is until you do it together and come together, you will never understand the power of it, because men and women are different, but the strength that you bring together as a couple and do this is powerful. Because for us, this business is about families. It's about raising your family together as one. And no one individual can succeed. And women always tend to stand behind and give the support and the sacrifice. And I always say that a woman is standing beside a man, walking together. She might be invisible, she might not be seen, but the power of that hand is so powerful, standing beside the man, giving the same strength and walking beside him in everything that they do together. So this business is also about two individuals coming together and making their dream their success together. So it's all about raising ourselves. Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in this world. So every time when you make a statement or when you assume about someone else, always look at yourself first. Because that's how we have to raise ourselves before we can raise someone else. Because the human tendency is very easy. You fight with someone, you break your relationship. And then you say, if someone doesn't listen to you, and you say, okay, I don't think I can continue this relationship anymore. But we forget, we as a race, we are all the same. We are so resilient. Even this pandemic today has taught us is that we can come out of it, as one, if we can all come together and raise one another and we help each other to be stronger, to say that even this will pass. Because the positive approach every single time is what's going to keep us moving forward. Because it's very easy. It's very easy for us to stop. I have been in that place where sometimes, you say, is this even necessary now? Because, I'm sure a lot of you have been in that place, or you're going to be, that you come to kind of a dark place and you just stand there and say, okay, I've had enough. I don't want any more headache, and, let's not do this. But we can choose that path, or we can say, no, I'm going to do it no matter what, because I realize this is what I want to do for myself, and this is what I love. So the focus is what we need today more than ever. Why I keep saying is today is because, when everything was good during the, before the pandemic, we never thought this pandemic was going to hit us. We never thought, okay, it was going to be a lockdown after lockdown. And, and this virtual VCon for us itself is something we never imagined that we could do. Today, I'm standing in my home, in the comfort of my surrounding, and I'm able to do this. We are able to. The technology allows it. And it's put together by us, by human beings. So we decided, okay, we are not going to sit back and we are not going to say, okay, this pandemic is there, what to do? We can't move forward, but we didn't. So you always tell yourself, what can I do to break this cycle? Because that's how we move forward. So even in life, whatever that we are doing, whatever the vulnerable situation we are in that is going to push you down, you don't stay down. We don't stay down. We don't have the luxury to stay down. So we have to always pick up ourselves and we have to move forward. Because that's what it's in our DNA, and that's what given to us as a human being. We can think and we can know what we want. We know what we are doing is wrong, but sometimes it's easy to do the wrong things and justify it's fine. This is good. I can pretend to know the business. I can say the wrong things. I don't have to practice, ethical marketing. I don't have to be truthful. If I just make the money, it's enough. I can tell you people right now, I have been in this existence of this company And I've seen it from the birth until today. People who succeed, people who are consistent, people who are leaders are the people who build it slow and steady and to last. Because that's who we are. And that's how everything in your life, because whether it's about relationships with your family, whether it's about relationship with your husband or wife or your children, you build it right and you build it to last a lifetime. Because that's where happiness comes. Because short-term success or short-term anything does not last. It looks good for the short term. Wow, I've got success. People are, looking up to me. They are praising me. So sometimes we lose focus. We don't realize because we see all this fake, things around us, and we believe that to be the real thing. So a lot of you who are new and you're here and you're hearing from yesterday, all the V partners saying that it was so powerful. I hope all of you took something from yesterday and until now, something from today. Be a sponge. Because VCC, it's not about a rah-rah session. All right? It's about you being a sponge. Every single day, take something to heart and make it work for you. Because this platform is so powerful. You hear people come and say how the Datin has changed their lives in their own way. It's not the same. We are not here physically, but you are still here virtually. It doesn't matter. You don't have to see. You just have to hear. And you have to go back and you have to think. You have to chew on it. You have to digest and you have to take what works for you. So don't forget and don't think after these 3 days, everything is over and you can go back home and say, okay, I can just be myself. I can just continue to do what I'm doing. That's going to be a waste, my people. Because it is so powerful what every single person is saying. And I heard Japa, who spoke to me, who spoke before me, say the same thing. Saying that, you can't build something just like that and think, okay, this business is not something that you can, it's not a quick thing that you do. You have to work hard. You have to show dedication, like Datin Sri says, determination and focus. Because all that is what's going to give you the fruit of success. And build it with your family to last. Because otherwise, you will always be in that space of doubt, unhappiness, and confused. Because like he said, Japa said before me, there's a lot of people who are just waiting. I agree with him totally, because 23 years ago when we began, I heard more people say that we are going to fail. Because that's all sometimes got stuck to me. Sometimes got to me. I have to tell you that. Because I'm a human being too. It gets to you because people, all they say is, you're going to fail. Okay? This is not something that's going to work. Come on. I mean, you get 1 year and then you're going to build and then, your products. I mean, what are you talking about? How are you going to succeed from this? So, people are always there. You will get a lot of people who want to pull you down. A lot of them. But people who will raise you is not many. And that's the reality, because unfortunately, people who want to pull you down are the unhappiest, you should feel actually sorry for them and be there for them and see how you can raise them. Because they are actually in need of your help. So people are there always wanting to pull you down, but you don't. You always stand up and say, you are going to be positive. Nothing is going to change in the way you think, because don't allow any negativity to get to you. Even if it does, you have to learn to raise yourself. So that's exactly what rhythm stands for, is to raise yourself to help mankind. So if you're here today and you heard yesterday, be the sponge, because you need to take away, because the takeaway is the most powerful thing from every recon that I've had. Because every time I walk in there and I see the way people react, I sometimes hear from people what recon has done for them is magic. But it cannot stop there. Because when you decide and you have come in to this arena for whatever reason, then don't look back. Because when you look back, then you are taking 10 steps back. Then it takes a lot more effort for any of us to move forward again. So always don't let people tell you what to do and what not to do. Be fearless. I heard someone say that be fearless means not that you go out there and fight with someone like a fist fight. You always be yourself and don't apologize for that for people. Because once you believe in yourself and who you are, don't change. And you don't have to apologize to others for being you. And you don't have to be someone else to be in a team or in a group. If you believe in yourself, then just be yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Be loving to yourself. And be there for you. When you fall, make sure you get up. Because you don't have a choice to stay down. And that is always the reason, every single time, that when you fall, you have to get up. Because we are going to. Because there's going to be many reasons to say why we shouldn't do this in our life. People always come and ask me that, why I do what I do year after year. Because I love what I'm doing. I love going into the communities. I love empowering and touching one life at a time. Because I realize when I go out there and I listen to these people and what they are going through in their life, a child who's affected, or a person who's lost their job, or a girl whose dreams are shattered because she has to stop working because she has to support her family. And I realize and I appreciate the life that I have. So people, every single day, celebrate your life and what you have. Because the thing is, if we keep looking at others and we keep comparing, that's a miserable life. Some people might look happy, they're out there, they might be very successful, but if you don't build that loving family around you and you don't make time and you balance your life between family and business, then you're never going to be content. You're never going to be happy. You're coming home to an empty space. You might have all the success in your life. You might have all the money in your life, but you might not be happy and you might not be content. So please very carefully build your business and build your life like a building block carefully, and understand that this life and this choice is only given once. We don't know what's waiting for us. We don't know what is our life beyond this, but you are given this one birth. You're given this one life to make a difference. And you're already here in VCC today, all right? And you have committed and you have come. Means that you do somewhere in you, you want to make a difference in your life. Somewhere in you, you want to grow. Somewhere in you, you want to break free and be that person that you want to be. Now, there might be a lot of excuses. There might be things that will come and block, because nothing in life is simple. Nothing in life is easy. Now, if you asked me 23 years ago when we began that whether we will be doing this today and standing in front of thousands of people and talking about changing lives, I couldn't even imagine then. But we knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to change lives. We wanted to make people achieve their dreams. We wanted to see them living that life, a purposeful life. Because we wanted that for ourselves. So always respect and say that, what you want for yourself is what you must want for others too. Because that is the way that everyone can build life together, which is meaningful and purpose-driven all the time. I hope I'm making sense to all of you. This is not, I'm just talking and we are not practicing. It is something that from my heart to you, because I would like to see all of you build whatever that you are doing in your life is with meaning, with trust, with love, with compassion, with kindness. Reach out to people in need, because this is a great platform to reach out to everyone in your community and to be raised together as a community. Because in this pandemic time today, people are more vulnerable and people are looking for opportunities to build their lives, to build something outside of what they are doing. So don't misuse the platform. Embrace it to help others. Because it's the way, it's like they say, when you plant a tree, you have to make sure the roots are firmly grounded. Then, the tree grows, and whether it gives you a fruit, if it's a mango tree or, some other, fruit, is just flowers and gives fruits. The only way that you can see fruits is when the roots are grounded and they are firm. So whatever that you're building in this business have to be firmly built. So you can see the fruit of it. Your next generation, your children can see the fruit of it. So nothing temporary will last. Now we might tell ourselves, we might fool ourselves that, we might see temporary happiness and we might say, oh, this is going to last. It won't. Anything that built with love, with care, with conviction will last. So when you go out there and you want to present what you are doing to others, you should be first convinced. You should believe in what you are doing. Then when you take it out there to people, they can feel in you, they can see in you. Then they know the conviction that you have. So I've heard sometimes people come and say, how difficult it is, because when you go and talk to people, why is that people are not listening to me? They cannot feel your conviction. It's not enough, because maybe how you think that you want to do this and the vibrations that they can feel is very different. So we have to build. Even when we go into the communities and we want to speak to people and we want to go and build relationships, the first time we go, they look at us and say, who are these strangers? It takes us months before we can build that relationship with the communities that we go into under the foundation whenever we want to do something, because we can feel the hostility from them. So it's not an easy way in life. Nothing works easy. Anything easy, like I said, will not last. I hope all of you can hear me and you are taking everything that I'm saying to heart, because this is so important, people. It is so important, because all this must be applied in your daily life and it's in your business, because this is not something that I'm saying it on a lecture mode or, these are things that we have experienced in our life and in our journey with the business in the last 23 years. And we have been down there and then we have pushed ourselves to come up. It's many times it has pulled us down and then we pulled ourselves back. We didn't give up. We didn't give up because there were people who were trusting us too and who have believed in us and who have come into the business. We could not let them down. So this is one platform that the only way, again, I'm reiterating, is the only way for you to succeed is for your team and the people who have come with you to succeed. So I'm saying this again, is to say that whatever in life that we are doing, we must embrace it with truth, with love, with compassion, with kindness, and most importantly, with empathy. Why empathy? Because you have to learn to understand another person's feeling, why the person feels that way, and to put yourself in another person's shoe and to understand. Instead of thinking against the person, we have to feel empathy. It is so important for us as human beings to build relationships to last. So be the sponge for the next 2 days, and to the person who's coming after me as well, it's so powerful. Don't think it's, don't lose your focus. All right? And that's my only request to everyone, to say, be a sponge, and every single day have your takeaway and make it work for you. And don't ever give up, or don't ever give in to anyone. Build your dreams and build it to last. And always be there for your people and your family, because that is your true treasure. I thank you, everyone, and thank you for your time and listening to me, and thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm going to leave you with us playing a short video